Great lap. Overall, you look really strong on this track. Into turn one, I think we're getting to initial throttle too early. We're not rolling enough speed to the apex, and I think a little bit lighter or later of a brake will help you. So our initial throttle is here when we're not even at the apex curve yet. So there's two things that means. A, we're going to take the weight off the front nose so you can't roll as much speed. And B, we're just not taking advantage of a late enough brake zone. So try to just roll a little bit more speed, whether that means braking lighter or deeper. It really depends on the car's setup. But try to roll more speed through first corner. In this next corner, you actually look really solid. I don't have many things to talk about, maybe a slightly later brake. The only slight question I have here on the exit is look how much room we have there, and then look how much wheel we still have in the car. This right kink looks like an easy flat-out corner, so I think we might be able to open our hands earlier, scrub less speed, and get to full throttle earlier through this section. Now, I want to talk about here on your right hand, I see it shifting on the wheel. I'm going to go slow-mo in this next part. We never want to see the hand shift on the wheel. We always want to see it in the same position. So let's go slow-mo. Now watch that right hand creeping up the wheel, creeping up the wheel. We never want to see this as it's harder to save the car. It's harder to be smooth with our inputs. Through this section here, I think we can roll a little bit more speed. Just looking at your wheel, we're not really fighting the car. So I think a little bit more entry speed's available there. And essentially, it's just getting used to attacking a bead on the limit, on the edge of the car and finding the limit. So we have a couple videos on that. I'll send in the link. That should help. Again, here, I think we're too early to throttle. We're braking too early and too hard, and we're not rolling enough speed. You know, the Miata's really a momentum car, so we're going to roll more speed. We're just too early to throttle. So just continue to work, just like in turn one, more entry speed. This whole next section, you actually look really solid. Good commitment, good lines. Don't have much to talk about here. This is excellent. Very nice. Very nice. Good brake zones. Yep. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Use all the road. That's perfect. So keep that up through that section. I don't think there's too much time to be gained there. So into the final corner here. Just going to be my last note. Your entry looks good. Good throttle commitment. The only note I have here is on the exit, we don't open our hands early enough. You can see there's still even more road, and we keep turning a little bit to the left. That to me says your eyes are low. You're not looking far enough forward because you're not using all the track. So really remind yourself, eyes up on the exit, open those hands, use as much of the road as possible, and really as early as possible. I want to see you open those hands even earlier to scrub less speed. Overall, really nice lap. I was pretty impressed with it. There's not too many notes. Just continue to work on rolling more entry speed and work on finding the limit of the car. Really have confidence in yourself that you can make the corrections to save it. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully you can check us out at Races 360.